Looks like Muppet crashed the computer, or something happened anyway. Not to worry. Where were we? Yeah, somewhere. Oh dear. Now my computer's all over the place. I don't know what's going on. Let's get the code back up. And hopefully we haven't lost anything. Code. Okay. Run code. Okay, just thinking about it. Yeah. There we go, that's where we left off. Do apologise for that. I think something strange has happened to my computer whilst I was away. I've got a feeling the cat might be involved. No idea why. It's because he sat down there looking at me, thinking, okay. Let's just shut that off. Got a message coming in now from Twitch. What's this here? Alright, shout out to Toffrain. My latest follower. Thank you very much. That's really awesome of you. That's appreciated a lot. Don't need all this rubbish here. What we do in the terminal? Not a lot. Have we got stuff running in the background? No. Can you see the foreground? Just. It's in the wrong place. There we go, that's a bit better. Yep, no, yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's all good in the hood. And what do we got on this part here? Right, okay. Let me just pop out. Oh, right, these have all started coming back now, have they? Excellent. Does that mean I can just close it? Yes, I can. That's got my windows back up. Oh, fantastic. Groovy. We're up and running again. Except I haven't got GIMP running now. And that's the thing that I wanted to click on next. Right, so we do have... yeah, GIMP, please. Thanks. So we do have a functioning program. Of all weird things to happen for me. Come on, GIMP. Thank you. File. Open. I'm only going to use it for a second, so can we just have that? Yeah. Okay. Edit. And that means I've lost because I didn't note it down. Okay. Doesn't matter. Never mind. So today's actions, the next thing on the list is... I've now got to remember what I wrote down. Is sugar. It was time, wasn't it? No, it's I want this to be a counter. Okay. So I want to replace this string with a counter. A simple counter, 1 to whatever. Doesn't matter where it goes to or what it does. Let's have a look at the stream health. Yeah, we're okay. Quick recovery there. And a fresh cup of coffee, thank God for that. Oh, that's what I was dying for. You can't program without coffee. I'm sorry. You just can't do it. Okay, a counter. So, we'll add to these. We'll just add an integer. And we'll call it counter. Okay. And every time we go through to the bottom, we're just going to do a simple counter plus plus. Now, creating the text messages is a slight difference, isn't it? Have I got sprintf? Okay. We need a string. Yeah, we need a string, don't we? No, we don't want a char star. This is C, isn't it? SDL, yeah. SDL is in C, so we want a char message. And we'll give it, I don't know, 64. I think that'll do. Semicolon. Right, we've got a counter, we've got a message. Can I do an sprintf now? Let me just put this. Think my PC crashed. My bad. I left the cat in the room. Yeah, I think we could probably use that. So it would be message. No, it isn't, is it? It's just sprintf. Sprint. Let's have a look and see what this does. Printf, open brackets. I seem to have it. Char star. Yeah, that's the message. Comma. Format is going to be counter. And that's just going to be a %d, isn't it, for that? Comma. And then it'll just be counter. Must be. That looks about right. Is there any more to it? Is there part more to this commaing? No, I don't think there is. Is that okay? Okay. Put message in there. Will it do what we expect it to do? It doesn't need to be as wide now, because we're only looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So 32, 320. Call it 300. There we go. Right, okay, I'm happy with that bit. Let's see if that'll work. Okay. But you can see it's how it's resizing itself, because we've got it at a set limit. And it's a true type font, so it will always resize itself to get into there. So really what we should have is 2 print statements here. Or a definite size going on here, but you can see they're all different sizes of these numbers. That's interesting. That is interesting. But yeah, that works. We can have a counter. That's good, because now we can talk about time. Ah, you're back. Yeah, I do use a C style string in this part. Yes, you can. You can put two C string, yes, by tagging it on the end. But there's no need to do that and create that complexity when you can just use a char star. It's just adding complexity. Totally agree with you. We can. What Toffrin is saying to me here is that our message could be a string. So it would be an std : string, which we don't have, I don't think. Oh, we do. Right, okay. God knows where that's coming from. And then you just have message with no size. Like that. And then instead of doing this line, copy, you would do message to, and then is it dot C string, that. So that's how you do message to. Reason I haven't done it is because that requires a library std string, and I'm just wondering where the heck it's getting it from, and I think it's getting it from SDL. So it looks like you see I haven't included that, and that's where programming can fail. Have to be very careful. I haven't included it. I've included IOStream. I'm using stuff that I haven't included. To use that, I should specifically include a string stream. Sorry, a string. So I should here #include string for that to be correct, but it's just coming up on the screen anyway, when it shouldn't. See, I haven't included that, but I've got a feeling it's in there. So we're actually getting it from there. And that then becomes about programming, and very awkward, because finding things is just a mess. Knowing what's called what and relying on other parts of your program to call header files for you is never a good idea. In fact, it's downfall. I'll take that out. I want to keep it simple. Because the char is standard. It's a standard character class. Converting it to string, yeah, I think I will eventually. Completely agree with you, absolutely. But for now, nah, keep it simple, keep it basic, keep it more towards C than C++. It's just smaller. There we go. It's, again, many ways of doing the same thing. Strange but true, that's what this language is all about. What are we doing next? Yeah, time, delta time. I do so love delta time. How do we measure time? Yeah. We have ticks and ticks per second. We have SDL ticks. I want to know something, don't I? Okay. Let's try a uint64. If I remember rightly, it's massive. A uint64. An unsigned integer of 64 bytes can carry a rather large number. What to name this? Start. Oh no, I want this as a reference timer, don't I? I'm going to include this in an equation. Got to be careful what I call it. Anything in my notes? Probably not. I'm like that. I'm not sure. This is going to be ticks per second, isn't it? Yeah. So ticks per second. I'm going to call it that. Now, what I'm going to use is not SDL tick. Is because I want to try something different. Everybody goes for the FPS counter. I mean, I can, if you want me to, put an FPS counter in it. That's not useful. What is useful is how long does it take to render a frame. Now, I know that that has to be more than 1/60th, sorry, less than 1/60th of a second, or 6.666 recurring milliseconds. Sorry, 16.666 milliseconds. So I know what the numbers are. It's just, how do we get them here? Well, for starters, I'm not going to go for milliseconds. Milliseconds, nanoseconds, microseconds. I'm going to go for microseconds. I can't do nanoseconds because that'll just be too silly. Go for micro. So we'll use SDL underscore, and it'll be get. I want performance, don't I? Performance counter. Yeah, that one will do. I don't think there is anything in the brackets, is there? High resolution counter, yeah. uint64, that's right. Yeah, that's the one I want. So I now know how many ticks per second there are. I want to know what that is actually. This counter, can we get rid of it now? It's had its joy. It's had its moment on screen. So we'll just put ticks per second in here. Now we can put numbers out to the screen, and that is a 64 is, well, it's an unsigned integer, so %u. Possibly. I don't know. Let's try it. And just run. What's the message warning? U expects argument to type unsigned int. Argument was UE. Oh, long unsigned int. So it's an LU. Sorry. Yeah, that's the number. That's how many ticks we've got per second. That's what we're working with. I'll put an L there. And we'll try to save that and recompile it. Oh, no, it's different. Okay. Right, okay, I want it to work out the same each time. I don't want it to be different. I'll try another L on there to make it a long. Wow. That is a huge number. 1.1432 billion. That's your frequency timer. Oh my god. 1432. 78 at the end. Got a horrible feeling it depends which chip it's on. 146, yeah, it depends which chip it's on. But it's not moving. Once it starts, it's not moving. It's not changing, it's not flashing at me. I'm suspicious now. Very suspicious about this counter. Very suspicious about that number. 2, 3, but it's always about 1005, 1004. Depending on which chip it's landing the program on, I think. It can alter with core counts. Damn it. So yeah, I would have to use it as a reference in an equation. So milliseconds would be that. That's in nanoseconds. I'm sure it is. 1 second. I mean, I've got a sleep function going on here. I'm protecting my graphics card. Have I got the sleep function in? No. So I'm not protecting my graphics card. That's straight up rendering. Wow. Okay. Let's see if this comes up with a number that I agree with. So u int 64, what we're calling this, milliseconds. Is this how you spell milliseconds? I don't know how to spell it. Oh, that'll do. If you spell it wrong, you spell it wrong. Is open brackets 1 divided by ticks per second times 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. And now I want to print milliseconds. So it's percent %LU. Comma, and we'll just put milliseconds in there. There we go. Let's try that one. Getting your timing right on these things is a nightmare. Multi-core computers. Right, well that didn't seem to work. Okay, do one or the other. Seems to have... That's an interesting one. No, can't do that. Okay. Alright, no problem. Just take that out. Because I think count milliseconds is a bit off. Zero, yeah, I thought so. Blop milliseconds. Lovely. Did I ask printf properly then? Do I need a floating point in here? Okay. Float. Right, we'll see how that goes on, how the compiler looks at that. That's now %f. Do it properly now, can't I? Let's have a quick look at that and see if we get errors on that one. Should give us a warning. No, it didn't. We're not getting any milliseconds, are we? That's not good. Okay. That's not really going to work very well, is it? Oh. Any ideas, anyone? What we're trying to get at is frames. Well, we'll do it, shall we? Before this goes off here, we'll just need some kind of uint64, won't we? So we'll have. Let's have a look. I'll keep that one. I won't keep that one. That doesn't seem to give a good result. So we'll skip that one. Message will change in a second. I will have a uint64. I think it's all in uint64 if we're dealing with performance counters. So we'll have frame start and frame end. Semicolon. So we can put frame start is here. So that's okay. That's going to be easy. Frame start. What does frame start equal? It equals something or other. It's a performance counter. Yes, it's just... wait a minute. I'm trying to get the wrong thing there. It's not performance counter. I want performance frequency. Hold on a minute. Hold the phone. Ticks per second equals frequency, doesn't it? Yeah. That's why it was looking weird to me. That's okay. We'll leave it at that anyway. So frame start equals SDL get performance counter. I don't need to put anything in, do I? No. Okay. There we go. What we're going to put in here? Frame time. Let's make this one up now. I'll use equal. What will it be? It will be... I'm going to use LU. No, LU. Long, please. Grief. And this is where we're going to have our delta time, I think. here. So yeah, 3 variables. That sounds about right to do time. So we have start, we have finish, and we have a delta time. That goes into a message, gets printed on the screen. We just have to work out what delta time is. Now, we don't know what delta time is until we've got a frame end here. So what do we need to do? Frame end. End equals, again, SDL. And it's going to be get performance counter. That's good. So frame end minus, let's think about, so delta time equals, delta means change, by the way. The change in time equals, we're always going to send the message from the last frame, by the way, never the current frame, because you have to work it out first before you can print it. So delta time equals, oh god, I'll have at least 1 bracket for now. So we'll need frame end minus frame start, that's a definite. And that is going to be multiplied by something. That needs to be multiplied by 1 over ticks per second times 1,000,000. Alright, okay. It's microseconds, isn't it, not milliseconds? They're called different things in different places, are they? I don't know. Microseconds. Okay. So that's that answer. Float microseconds equals 1 divided by whatever that thing was called, ticks per second. And that is then multiplied by the million. I think this is right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Ding. And that should give us a delta time. Who knows? Who knows? Well, it didn't. Warning, delta time may be used uninitialized in this function. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Dibby-dibby-dum-dum. Actually, no. It's 0 might be a bad idea. I've just realised. No, it isn't. Okay. So it's not doing it. It's not doing the calculations at all. Okay, do a test. I'll just put you. Let's have a look and see what value I'm messing up here. It might just be the way that the computer works rather than anything else on these different types of units. Yeah, it's calculating them. It's definitely calculating them. But it is 0. Okay. That's a bit weird, actually. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Million. Billion. If I times it by a million, it's not going to get there. We're not taking enough time for it to register, by the looks of it. Might I need another 3 zeros on this? Nope. Okay. Let's think about it. Let's put another few zeros on. One, two, three. Oh, I didn't change it, did I? Do-da-dum-dum-dum. And that goes back to delta time. Actually, no, I'll just keep it on that. I'll change it here instead. I'll just do the printouts for now, until I can get some kind of result. Okay, let's do the printout method. Okay, yeah. That's fine. Let's change that to a float. There we go. Let's change over to floating point arithmetic. Oh my god, I hate it. What are we getting? We are getting nothing. So I've checked that it's E. Frame end minus frame start should be more than 0, and I bet it isn't. I bet it's because the counter isn't giving us different values. Okay, delta time now equals those two. Let's see, well, if that gives me 0, then we've got a big problem. Ooh, stop. No, it doesn't. Oh, God, I'm stupid. That counter is, yeah, But 3 counters in milliseconds, isn't it? If I want microseconds, then I've got to times it by... yeah, I think this is going to make our equation rather easy, but it might be wrong then. Because it doesn't equal that. It equals 0 point... Pardon? What have I just done? Okay. No, wait, microseconds equals 0.001. Yeah, I think we're about there now. That looks about right now. Delta time, should it be a float or not? No, it shouldn't. Why can't I multiply by microseconds? What's wrong with you? Too many semicolons. That's what's wrong with you. Okay. Delta time I want to be putting back, please, to my uint. So uint 64 delta time. Now we can put delta time in. And this should give me what I expect. If it does, we win. Yep, that gives me exactly what I expected. Our frames are going through way too fast. That's in microseconds. I can show you what I mean. The reason why I'm trying to use a performance counter, you're probably starting to think to yourself, what the heck is he messing around with all of this microseconds business for? Because the SDL get ticks isn't good enough. I'll show you what I mean. Int T1 equals SDL get ticks. There it is. This is in ms, milliseconds. T2 so if I just go here and put delta time equals SDL underscore, this is the easiest way of doing it, by the way. Get ticks minus T1. So int, make it a uint. So there's still a uint in line. T1's SDL get ticks T1, yeah. Minus T1. So that's now milliseconds delta time. We don't need that bit there. Just for a second. This is the reply that we'll get. That. 0 or a 1. We might take anything, well, it'll cross the millisecond boundary every infrequent span of time. So that is flickering between 0 and 1. I'm starting not to like this TrueType font regrowing and not growing. So that's our frame time. Yeah. Sorry, there you are. It's flickering between 0 and 1. Just realised you can't see, can you? Because that's off the top of the screen. Oh my god. Auto is ever easier. Yeah, I know. I don't use it ever. Oh dear. I totally agree. Absolutely. Shout out to you there, Sully Sane. That is the honest truth. Putting the word auto in, it makes things so much easier. So now you know why I'm not going for SDL ticks anyway. That's right now. Yeah, I wish I could use it, but I can't. I need to know what my variables are, you see. And auto, I lose it. I completely lose track of what my variables are, and I have no idea what I'm doing. You could say that about me most of the time, actually, that I've got no idea about what I'm doing. But I do get there in the end. Right, so decided I don't like the flicker on frame time. So what I'll do is I'll just take off frame time there. Other thing I'm going to do now, just out of interest, is put an SDL delay in there. It shouldn't affect the readout. If I put it after the calculation, then any delay is outside of the calculation. I'm hoping. SDL underscore, is it just sleep? Pause, sleep. Pause. Pause audio. How do you stop this thing from doing anything? Ah dear. What's pause in SDL, anybody? Oh god. Let's have a look. See if you can come up with it quicker than me. There we go. Wiki, please. Thank you. By category. Video, input, force, audio threads, timers. Timer sort. Delay. SDL delay. What do you do? Wait, specific number of milliseconds for returning. Okay, that'll do me. I want 10 milliseconds SDL delay. Okay. SDL underscore D delay. There we go. Just 10 milliseconds will do. I just don't want it to register inside of the equation. We've got a delay on there. Ah, no, it doesn't. It does not at all. So I can now bring that down to about 3 or 4 characters wide, so it doesn't look so stupid. But you can still see it's moving goddamn fast, and I've got a 10 millisecond delay in there. So that is now down to 100, isn't it? There we go. That's your frames per second now. Wow, is that readable? Okay, I'm going to turn it down to 60 frames per second. You didn't see it again, did you? God, I'm getting very bad with this. Sorry. My big apologies. Bad streamer. I can be totally useless at times. There we go. That's what I'm seeing. I can read it, it's about 200 to 300 milliseconds with the occasional 600 milliseconds thrown in. That's usually due to changing of cores or swapping between cores and things like that, because the CPU is going to do that no matter what. It's going to mess around with you. I'm not on Microsoft, so I can't blame Microsoft for that one. But I've got so many cores on this machine, it's ridiculous. It's going to be way too fast. Right, so let's do it at 60 frames per second. There you go. 16. There we go. Pop you in there. So we're fully delaying it, and that's what I get. That's at 60 frames per second. Oh dear. Is that going to be useful information? Dunno. But now you can see why FPS just ain't gonna hack it. We're taking about 200 to 300 milliseconds, microseconds to print a frame up onto the screen. I think that's about 15,000 FPS or something. If somebody wants to calculate it out for me, it's about 14 or 15,000 FPS. We're going a bit too fast, that's why I put a delay in there. I'm going to save my graphics card and my CPU some time by just putting that on 10 for now. What that does is it just stops me processing this loop over and over and over again and blocking up a processor. It doesn't really matter on this machine. I've got enough CPUs to last me a lifetime. I think I've got 6, maybe 8, I don't know. So blocking up one of them really doesn't matter, truthfully. So there we go, that's timing. Thoughts on timing? I'm not sure of the results. I was expecting a much clearer display of timing, but we're not going to get it. How do you calculate FPS? You wait for a second and then print out the equation, is the answer. Yeah. No, I don't really want FPS. I'm not happy with that font changing its size all over on me. Should we try some different fonts? Does anybody want any extra fonts? No, let's not bother for now. Yeah, I'm happy with what I've done, and I've got it on screen. I know there's a million different ways I could have done it, but yeah, what I've done seems to work. And I know that it'll convert into 3D very easily, even though we are starting in 2D. What would you like me to do next? Because if we've got no ideas what we want to do next, I'm going to start working on pulling the server up. Anything sandbox, I suppose. Sandbox, probably start it as fantasy and introduce science fiction as I go. So, I don't know if it's got a Genere or not. It's a prototype. I don't think it'll ever get made. I don't think it'll ever be a full program. That would take me the rest of my life to do, probably. But I just want to learn by trying. And I'm already, as you spotted today, I'm already learning. So I'm finding this a fantastic little journey into the unknown at times, I must admit. I'm doing things that I've never done before. So let's put something on the screen. What shall we have? Let's put a character on the screen. How would we go about doing that? Unused variable ticks per second. Yeah, because I don't need it now. Because I know what the answer is. So you can go. I don't know if it's the same on any other computer. I've never thought it might be the same on other computers. It might just be 0.001 on other computers, or ticks per second could be something completely different. The performance counter could be completely different. So I'd advise anybody who's doing this to check their performance counter and see if they are getting 1 billion per second on your performance counter. If you are, then it's time. You just multiply by 0.001 to get your microseconds, because the performance counter is in milliseconds or nanoseconds. I can't remember which one. All gets confusing. Time is confusing. But we now have a delta time, and that's important because now we have a delta time, and at the moment it's inside the loop. So we know how long the frame's taking, not how long we don't know what the FPS is from it, because we've got this delay in. The FPS that'll decrease and eventually vanish once we get things drawing on the screen. In fact, when we get things drawing on screen, that will go from delay 10 to delay 1, just to give the CPU a break every now and again. So let's get. How would we draw something on the screen? So let's go 2D first, because that's simpler. Let's just get that off the screen for now. Go back to our Gimpy Gimp. We'll have a new file, please. New. Oh, thank you. Width. Well, we've got 32 by 32 lettering, so let's stay with that. Uh, 32. RGB. Whatever. Okay. Wow. Can I... Is it Control? Alt? Control Alt? No. How do we zoom? Tools. View. Zoom. Zoom in is plus. Okay, plus. Oh, right, there we go. Lovely. Wow, that paintbrush is way too big. Oh, that one's not much better. Suppose I could use that. Wow. Now, can I do Control or Shift on this? And mouse wheel. Yeah, here we go. I don't like this idea at all, never mind. Okay. Go to a dot. How do we get colours? Anybody know how we get a colour? Here we go. Change colours. Right. Let's grab my pen. So, let's draw top down a little bloke. I don't know if this will catch on pen at all. Oh, of course my pen isn't set up now. Oh well, we'll do it without a pen. Never mind. The crash took my pen off. What colour hair shall we have? Pink? No. Let's have orange. Bright orange hair, no. Red. Blue, red. There we go. That's a good colour for his hair. 32 by 32 seems a bit small. Okay, anyway. Head round about the centre. So, centre. Do his hair. And make his head round. Okay, that looks a bit weird. Right, well, yeah. Right, that'll do. Body. Blue. So we'll put his body, that goes across this back bit here. I'm good at this kind of thing, trust me. So we'll just give him shoulder blades, shall we? There we go. Better give him an arm. Could do just bringing that in a bit. We seem to be a bit lopsided there. Ah, there it is. Just bring you out slightly, please. Yeah, that looks okay. Give him a metal sword of bright something coloured. Sword, so we'd have basically a line coming down, wouldn't we? Just realised I can't see chat now. So yeah, let's go fantasy MMO. Let's have a sword. I don't know. How do you draw a sword? It's just straight down, isn't it? That'll do. And we'll add a little bit of a hilt at the end, somehow. Like that. We need a hand. So we'll add a hand there. Hand there. There we go. Does that look good or does that look good? I need a really dark colour now, just to get that sword down a bit onto there. Let's give it a bit more point there. Let's just get it sharper on the image. Bring it down to a proper point then. It looks like he's got a sticky thing anyway. Let me just have a look at that closer. If you want to know, I'm looking in the top left hand corner. I don't know if you can see it or not. There's a little like representation of it. Well, it does look a bit like a small sword anyway. I'll give it that. Not overly happy with it, but hey ho. There we go. Right, now I need some black. Let's just to get rid of some of my mistakes here. Doesn't seem to do it. Oh, that's wonderful. How do I get 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, you horrible thing? Current. Black. Ah, right, yeah. There's 0, 0, 0s. That's all the zeros there. There we go. That's doing it. Get rid of my mistakes, otherwise it'll have a glowy effect around the side of the character. Okay, I've got blending on here somewhere, but hey ho. I'm not bothered if it has a glowy effect, really. Just got to be careful how much colour I have in here. Because remember, my background isn't black. So, how do we save that out? This is Bob. Bob is the player. I've decided we're going to have Bob as the player. So he's got a glowy type of swordy thing. He's got red hair and a blue body. That's Bob. I can put his name across the bottom. No, don't do that. So, file. What do I want? PGN or BMP? I have no idea. So, save as. Let's just do a standard save as. We'll call him Bob. Okay, that's saved. Yeah, that's saved, okay. Now, I don't know what file format I need, so bye-bye Bob, we'll catch you in a bit. We'll do something with him. Yeah, great one. Oh, I found my preview window. Yay! That's going to be useful. Now I know what you're seeing. Oh, lovely. Right, so how do we do that in SDL? We need to load an image. Oh, let's have a look. No, I didn't want to do that. Syntax, yeah, okay. Timers, shadowing, performance, power management. Okay. Let's see what we've got. Basics. Display. 2D accelerated rendering. Simple drawing. Well, I know I'm going to have to use SDL Surface. So now I want to load. We've got load BMP. Const char star file. Turns the pointer to a surface. If there was an error, yeah. The new surface should be freed with, yeah. So, load BMP. What's the BMP format? Let's have a look on GIMP. So, save file. Save as. And I want BMP, please. Does it do it automatically or what? BMP. Where am I saving? Oh right, I'm just saving anywhere. In documents. No, I don't want it in documents. We want it in our client, please. Okay. So what's this going to be? BMPs, pictures, what? model, I suppose. Create a folder. What should we have? Model. We'll start on models. Models folder, or model folder. There we go. We're in it. Yep. Do I just hit save and that's it then? You cannot use this dialog to save to a GIMP. Yeah. File export. Okay. File. Export. And I don't want PNG. I want B8. Can we do a PNG? Interesting. I'll try BMP anyway. Bitmap. I want RGBA. Doesn't do it, does it? So I don't know which one of these it's going to be using. That's got alpha. Alpha RGB. Oh, stuff it, who cares, export. And there's a way around it. Right, so we now have, hopefully, Bob in our folder. Model. Oh, right, update. I can't see it. Great. MMO client. Model. Okay, it didn't save. Okay. Export as bob.bmp, and you put me in Fraser documents. Why? Save in folder, blah blah blah, and export. Export. Now come on, you should be in that folder. And you are. Yeah, good, right. There's our model. Doesn't he look great, eh? Isn't he ace? This is going to be our character. Bob. Right, so we need to make a Bob. We've got him, he's here. I don't know if BMP is the best thing to go for. It's just the first thing I've found, so I'm going to try it. It's as simple as that. I haven't researched this bit, but I will be looking at different one. So SDL, surface, star, load BMP, const jar star file name. Okay. Let's try that. Just pop you there for a sec, whilst we have a look at what we can do with our application. So here, we can load up Bob. We can initialize Bob. So what we're going to have, we will have a surface especially made for him. So Bob is going to be our main person. So he's going to have a special thing here. And that's going to be SDL underscore surface. And we're going to call this surface M underscore Bob. And there we go. Why not? Because somebody wants to name it. Oh, okay, open to the... yeah, BMPs are a bit larger, yeah. BMPs, yeah. And if anybody wants to name him anything different, I've just called him Bob because that's what I always called my character. Up to you guys if you want to call him anything else. Shout now or forever hold your peace. If you want to call him Witchmadoodle, tell me now. It's only because you want to see me type it, I suppose, but you know. No, don't be awful. Oh, we've got cold coffee, lovely. Great stuff. Right, so let's make Bob. So Bob can be made here. So m_bob equals, and it said SDL load dl_load. Got load file, load r function, They've got wave rows. Oh, that's for audio. Load object. That's an interesting one. I don't know what that is. Okay, just load file. Hash define SDL load file. Right, okay, yeah. Okay. So we'll take that one. And it just needs a file. So that's open inverted commas, and it will be model / Bob dot. If this is this easy, it's ridiculously easy to do. Okay. Alright, normally after loading a surface we do something silly, don't we? Like make it into a texture. So really this could be a texture, couldn't it? I mean, should I use Blit or something for this? Right, so we've got Bob. Let me be able... Oh, that was the wrong one to hit. There we go. Yeah, BMPs. It doesn't really say what to do with it, does it? No code examples, that's good. Thank you, SDL2. So, load map. I'm just thinking of doing the same thing over again. Oh, it's got safe BMP as well. Ah, that looks right. Return 0 on success or a negative error on code failure. The color key defines a pixel value that will be treated as transparent in a blit. So we do want to blit it. It is a pixel of the format used by the surface as generated by SDL map RGB. Right, yeah. Okay. Can substantially speed up blitting of images with large horizontal runs or transparent pixels. See, yeah, okay. Oh, blit surfaces here. So it's related. Okay, so we'll look at that in a second. So now we've got SDL set color key. Let's do that. So, do I want to do this inside the execution app or not? Yeah, I think I do. Alright, let's go down to where we are going to render. So, let's do our little character here. This is where we mess around with the data. So, let's create a character called Bob. And that's SDL underscore set color key. Most of this I remember actually now. I'm starting to remember more and more of it. And how much I didn't like the SDL surfaces. What am I doing? So it's here we go. So the SDL surface will be Bob. And we want a flag. Flag non-zero to enable color key and 0 to disable color key. So 1 or true. Int flag. Okay, 1 then, non-zero. Fantastic. Param key transparent pixel in the native surface format. Yeah, okay, fine. And a uint key. Okay, so that's going to be color key. I'm just thinking, I just want it all zeros, don't I? I just want black. Okay. I don't know if that's right or not. Really don't know. I think we should set a color key for that. Okay, that's enough. Getting too complicated again. And this is a prototype, I don't care that much. Right. So now we've got that. We can blit a surface. Ooh. And it's a rectangle. Source. Surface to be copied from. Structure representing the rectangle to be copied. Structure that is the blit target. Oh, right. So that's our window. Or is this where we get? Ooh. Unless you know exactly how SDL blitting works internally and how to use the other blit functions. This is a public blit function and it performs rectangle validation and clipping before passing the SDL. Yeah, the blit function should not be called on a locked surface. Okay. Width and height. Determine the size. Yeah. Only the position is used for. Yeah. Yeah. I know what blitting is, thank you. Copied, yeah. So, I don't know what this temp surface is. We can try it. How we can try it. I don't know if any of you have ever tried this before. This is the first time for me using blits. So, I'm going to do it this way. We're going to blit the surface. Hold on a minute, what did that give choices of? Blit. Scaled. Okay. Upper and lower, yeah. Blend operations, yeah, I understand what they are. The reason I'm not going to be doing all of that rubbish here is because we're never going to use them as we change to OpenGL. So I'll leave that for OpenGL, thank you. I wonder if we can just split it to the window. Okay. I'm not sure. Maybe. Is window a surface or just... doesn't say. Damn it. What is window? Window, what are you? Are you a surface? Are you a structure? Interesting. There's a question. Right, let's do it then. Let's just pop it to the window and see where we go with that. So complete the line at least before I start messing my own head up. Where have I put the line to complete? Okay, SDL surface source is Bob. We know that. The rectangle will be Bob area. Yeah, well, I'm making this up as I go along, don't you worry. Surface, we're going to try window, see what it says, and I can't remember what the last bit was. Hold on a minute, I'm reading two different things here. Structure to be copied from. Oh god, that's null. We want everything to copy, that's what that means. Yeah, and then we want the rectangle to copy into. That makes more sense. Bob's area. There we go. Oh God, yes. Yeah, nasty one. Surely Sane. Has just said he spent 15 minutes trying to solve a linker error. Believe me, I can spend more time than you ever want to know sorting out linker errors. And I've still got this warning about... Oh, close it. I took it out. Yeah. Right. It doesn't like those two. Well, that's okay. We can get rid of one SDL. If you want to actually sort out linker errors faster, you can always ask. I don't mind. If you want me to help, I don't mind helping people out with their with problems with their programs and stuff. I might be doing this, but this is a club. You know, anything goes. If people have got problems with the programs and stuff, just say. I don't mind just seeing if I can help out. If I can't, I'll just say that's way beyond me. You know. And there's quite a few things that are way beyond me. But yeah, no problem. Anybody wants to ask questions in any type, I'm quite happy to answer them. I'm very slow at reading the chat sometimes, or picking up that a question has been put out on chat or something's been said, but when I do, I will obviously put my full attention to it. So rect Bob's area. Bob's area is going to be a special rectangle because we want to keep it the same as his size that we made. So Bob's area, we know his X and Y because that's what we built him in. So again, it's 32. I did use 32 by 32, didn't I? Yeah. use Bob's. Bob's area. Dot y equals 32. Yay! I mean, it's obvious what we're putting now. Width, again, that equals 32. We're not doing any aspect ratio stuff. And Bob's area dot height equals 32. Now we want to put them towards the middle of the screen. So 320 by 320, that'll do. That can be a start place. And we better put a semicolon on that one, otherwise nothing will work. Right, we've still got a problem here. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Dot, arrow, dot. Take care, Sully Sane. Good to have met you. Thanks. Right, here we go. I'm out of my depth now. Splitting surfaces, so that's going to have to be a surface. So do we need... Is that where the texture goes? Right, I'm definitely outside of my comfort zone with this. So that goes off. What are we creating as a message? Oh yeah, just a number. Right, okay. Because I thought you could just do something like SDL blitz surface and then just put it into the screen here. I've actually put it in the wrong area anyway because I want the performance counter on top. So it goes in here. So this line's in the wrong place. I just don't know how to do it efficiently. Or effectively. So you can come out of there. So there's Bob. And all we need to do is put him on the screen. I'm thinking of doing this here. Would that work? TTF render text on. Oh! Is there an SDL render? Oh, I haven't looked. Awesome sauce. Alright, that was setting color keys, wasn't it? Let's go back out. Functions. Anything about rendering here? Nope, that's structures. Render flip texture. Yeah. Yeah, it seems to be like render and texture all the time. Okay, so I've created the renderer. So if we have a look at that, how do they use it in here? Blah, 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 blah. Clear, render copy, bitmap text. Bitmap text equals SDL create texture from... That's how it's done. Okay. So if we're creating... Hold on a minute. If we're creating a texture from a surface, we can free the surface up. Bob's in the wrong variable. Oh dear. We've worked it out. Bob's in the wrong variable. So this isn't an SDL surface at all. So we load up our thingy onto a surface, and we're going to call him Bob. He's going to need to be a texture. Okay. So that is an SDL. Bob is going to be a texture. He's been promoted already. That's absolutely ace. And I can't understand why I put that there. I never do that style of programming. I never put me asterisk first and then my variable. Although practically you should do. Are you going to save? Control S. It's saved. Okay. So back here, Bobby's slightly different. I'm not sure how the set color key is going to work now, so we'll get rid of that one. That might not make it into the final blend. Right, so we do the area. We've got the surface. Well, we've got a rectangle. Right. So we need to put him on a surface. So where have we got Bob in the introduction? Here we go. Bob doesn't equal that anymore. We have to do an SDL underscore surface. We'll just call it something easy, like bitmap surface, for whatever reason want to do that. And that equals the SDL load bitmap. So that's that bit. There we go. Lovely. Oh, sorry. That's got to be a star, hasn't it? There we are. Bob. What do you become? You're this bitmap of bitmappiness. Still as a null pointer. Texture. Yeah, you're a texture. That's good news. So as a texture, we can now SDL create texture, equals SDL underscore create texture from surface, that big nice long one. What do you need? You need our renderer. Okay. Okay, which is M underscore REND. Then what do you want? The surface, and that's bitmap surface. Like that. This is looking good already. And now, of course, we can do the old SDL free. makes me wonder, why the heck do we need the surface in the first place if we're always deleting it afterwards? I don't know. So that's SDL3 bitmap surface. There we go. So now Bob is a texture. Excellent. Now he's a texture. We have to clean him up. Afterwards, we have to kill him off. And shut down somehow. Got destroy render. We made him after the font, so we'll put him here. SDL underscore destroy Bob. That one. And that's going to be M underscore Bob. There he is. No names? No. Okay. Come on. Let's get you done now. So we get our clear. And now we get... I'm not sure if we can use that or not. So again, it's just SDL render copy. M underscore render, comma, the texture. The rectangle. Now which one's null and which one isn't? So I think it's the first one that's null, okay. So I want everything. And we just need Bob's area. Which is a should be an ampersand. It's an address of Bob's area. There we go. Looking good. Messages. Oh, from Twitch. Oh, excellent. Shout out to the guy. Hopefully a good programmer. I mean, if this gets more complicated, then it'll be fine. People can chip in anytime they want. I don't mind. Frame end, okay. Okay, I just need to put... clean up in calcs. Can't delete those yet, 'cause I don't know. Okay. Are we allowed to run the build task? Yeah. No problem with that. No problem with that, okay. And no Bob. Where did he go? Bob, come to us. Show yourself. Bob, the texture isn't working. See if I can make this any easier. Alright, let's check down. I haven't even checked to see whether he's loading or not, have I? When he's not. Look, I mean, what's this here? He's not even loading, so he doesn't stick a chance of getting on the screen if we don't ask him to join us. He can't join the party. Bob! Bob's on the screen. Yay! Look, Bob's on the screen. We've done it, and he's got a position. That's the main thing. He's not controlled or anything at this point in time, which is good, but Bob's actually on the screen. We have a player. That's a major success. Because what we need to then do is get a second player, but that comes in a minute or two. I want to have a look and see if I can do this SDL colour thing. Will that do anything or not? Ah. Alright, okay. So that can't be done there. Can it be done here? Bit map surface. Will you accept that? Yeah, you will. Okay. So I'll pop you there. That's worked. But you can see where I made the mistake on the right hand side. There's a bit more of a shadow. Well, I'll accept that, because I couldn't get it dark enough to get to a 0. But yeah, that takes off the black background. Oh, by the way, this is the major reason why black is the colour you can't have in any video game. If you want the colour black to anything, you can't have it. And that's the reason, because they use black as transparency. In exactly the same way as SDL does here. I mean, it's a trick, but hey ho. Right, how many hours have we been going here now? Well, we're on session 2, aren't we? So I don't know how long the first one was. I know it was about an hour. So next up is how to control Bob. How can he go around our very interesting world? And will he go in front of the numbers or behind the numbers? Layering. Layering the screen so that that is on top and Bob goes underneath. That's important. How fast he's moving? That's important. How are we going to control that? Mouse, keyboard, both? What? Don't know. Questions to be answered in tomorrow's episode of the Game Club. So in the meantime, I'll wrap this up, and everybody out there, please, please, please take care. Big shout out to Sir Shirley Sane. Don't call me Shirley. No, it's Shirley Sane for his interesting thoughts and quite funny remarks actually here. And take care and have fun.